And so that is the thought process of why we want to start thinking from an entrepreneurship a mindset, right? When God says in the parable of the talents, right? He said he gave to one five, he gave to one two, and he gave to one, right? And it said the one with five went and traded and created five others, five more. The one with two went and created two more. And the one with one went and buried it in the dirt, right? Now think about that. God's desire was that they were to take the talents, right? These talents, these funds in a sense, right? And to maximize them, to use them to then create more funds, right? But yet the purpose of that, thank y'all for joining in, man. Let me know if y'all hearing me out, y'all hearing me clear. Let me know if y'all understanding what I'm saying or where I'm coming from. This is Tent Makers 101. Like I said, we're talking about Christianity and entrepreneurship. That's what this is all about, right? About us growing in our entrepreneurial mindset, right? And thought process. And so we're talking about the parable of the talents, right? From the scriptures, a biblical principle, a biblical parable, right? But yet this parable has clear business implications, right? Entrepreneurial implications. That individuals who were given five, given two, given one talent, that God gave it to them, not for them to sit on it, but he desired actually for them to take it and to create more with it, right? To create more with it, not to simply take what they had and bury it in the dirt. Now, for you, you may say, I don't have a business, but yet you have a talent, you have a gift. You have a gift that God has given you. God has given every man and every woman in this world a gift, right? And what is that gift, and how are you using and how are you maximizing that gift? And I want to tell you that your maximizing of that gift is based on how you see that gift, and are you thinking from an entrepreneurial mindset, right? Because God has given it to each and every one of us, and he desires all of us to maximize it, right? And so that's the purpose. That's the thought process, man. And so I hope y'all resonate with that. I hope what I'm sharing makes sense to you. And I want to just be able to come back. You know, I don't know how often I'm going to do it, right? Whether it be weekly or more than that. But I just want to share what God has been sharing to me, right? And helping me to understand how what I read in the scriptures helps me to grow as a business owner. It helped me to grow as an entrepreneur. And I want you to grow as an entrepreneur, because guess what? The more we have us going out, the more we take our Christianity and make it a part of our business, right? The more we grow our business, the better we can be and the more we can impact the world. It's like if I want a lawyer, I definitely want people to call a Christian lawyer. I want them to call somebody who has the Holy Spirit that is inspiring them, that they wake up and he's filling them. I want that person to call that individual, right? Of course, I want them to. But guess what? If they're not learning how to grow their businesses, they're not learning how to market themselves as a lawyer, then they're not going to be able to impact as many people as they could impact, right? And so if there's two companies making paper and one is doing it for the glory of God and one is not doing it for God's glory, which paper company do I want to maximize their profits and returns? I want the one to maximize their profits and returns who recognizes that God's glory is behind and before all, right? I want their company to grow. I want them to maximize their reach and their impact and their effect, right? But how do they do that? They have to understand the principles that God has already laid out in the scriptures, that many people all over the world are seeing and taking, that many business owners are understanding and implementing in their business, right? We have to understand those principles in order to grow ourselves, in order to grow our business, in order to grow our talents, right? To be able to use for God's glory and God's honor.